to Executive Vice President, Mr. Darin Stubbs. Let me go ahead and mute myself, brother, and take it away.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Jim, for letting me come on and visit for a little bit this morning. And I figured, you know what, since we're all up out of bed early, let's talk some math. Let's do some math equations. Any math warriors out there? Uh, sometimes it's good to pause and reflect and realize we're doing all this activity, but maybe sometimes if we could just boil it down and solve for the least common denominator. I'm a math guy, love math, majored in finance and economics, and I want to try to help take some of the emotion out of the ups and downs of the daily activity that we have. So we're going to do a little statistical math, and we're going to use a deck of cards this morning. As I drop them on my desk, that's not cool. Got to reshuffle here. So how many cards are in the deck? 52, right? You can shuffle it until Jesus comes back, and there's still only going to be 52 cards in the deck. So what I want you to think about is you're doing recruiting or you're doing dials. Let's break it down to a math equation. So how many aces are there in the deck?
Four.
Four. So what are the odds? I shuffle this a little bit. What are the odds that this top card could be an ace since there's four aces in the deck?
1 in 13.
1 in 54 and 52 or 1 in 13, right? Well, let's find out. Nope, it was a 3. So part of what you're doing here is you're dialing, is you're sorting, and you're, oh my gosh, the third card, look at that, Jim. It was an ace. So what I want you to look at when you're dialing leads, who's ever played blackjack at a real casino with a big old shoot of cards, right? You ever done that, right? Okay, so there's 10 decks in there, 520 cards, 10 decks, 4 aces, but it's still 1 in 13. So as you're going through your dialing process, understand it's a sorting and finding process. You're looking for the buyers. Oh, king, that's a buyer. So what I want you to think about is aces and faces. Aces and faces, jacks, queens, kings, and aces. Those are the buyers. Those are the ones going to say, yeah, we would look at that. So when you get someone that's a 7, don't worry about it. King, that's a buyer. So you just keep sorting and finding, and it's a math equation. So the 2s, the 3s, the 4s, the 5s, the 6s, 7s, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Yeah, I love it, Truck. I see Trevor bobbing his head going, yeah, okay, Darin, I see where you're going here. Those people are not going to buy. So what inevitably is going to happen is you keep sorting and finding. And the faster you sort the deck, the faster you find the buyers. And pretty soon what's happened is you've gone through and you go, wait a minute, there's a lot of aces, there's jacks, there's queens, there's kings, there's all sorts of buyers in that deck of cards as you look at your leads. And that's why the book Go for No is so powerful. That's why the book The Slight Edge is so powerful. So if you're a new person, you're agency owner, recruiter, as I see Trevor holding up the slide edge there, look at this and say, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that in the leads, no matter what I do, if I just keep buying, keep investing, keep doing the disciplines of daily dials, that I'm going to find the buyers? Yes. We don't want to sell and convince people. You see, that's a great difference between amateurs and professionals. So when I take this deck of card analogy, and I started out with looking at it from a standpoint of your leads. So each time you buy leads, you're just getting a new deck of cards. You know those aces are in there. You know those queens and kings are in that deck of cards. Your job is to sort and to find them. What I'll talk about on the next part of this is what's your attitude as you're sorting and finding? Do you look at it and say, oh, Jim, I got a dial today? Well, that's not a very good attitude to get to your dreams and goals and to build your business. Flip that over and say, hey, I get to dial. I get to do these things. It's that power of entrepreneurship. It's that power of your own goal and your own dream. And when you realize it's just a math equation, well, then what do you think your success rate is in symmetry? If you just do the math with a little joy in your heart and stay at it and you don't quit, put in the chat, what do you think your percentages of success are for you? Throw me a number. There we go. There's the 100% numbers I'm looking for. That's right. You've got to be able to stay at it. Now, the other thing I was talking with Jim about is let's talk about recruiting for a minute. Now, I know this is more of accountability for dialing, but I know there's some builders out there too that are looking to build an agency, and maybe you have some fear and trepidation. Maybe you talk to a couple leads or talk to a buddy or a coworker and they say, that thing won't work. Well, really? It won't? How do we all get here? How do we get to 16? Oh, by the way, happy anniversary for Symmetry. Isn't this our anniversary week, first week of October, something like that? As I recall, 16 years. So as you look at recruiting, And sorting and finding recruits, it's no different than the deck of cards. Ladies and gentlemen, what I suggest you do when you're recruiting is you only want to recruit aces and faces. Nothing worse than trying to drag a grown man or a grown woman across the finish line to success for their life, and you're expending all of your energy trying to help that person. Wouldn't you be better off to sort and find someone that wants to be a part of this community, wants to be able to go out there and change life, has a burn, has a drive, has a goal? So if you're doing the recruiting, I tell you, it's interesting because when I started, I've been with Symmetry now, let's see, 16 years, 2 months, and 7 days. I started August 1st, 2016. And back in the beginning, man, I'd recruit anybody because I would just, Jim, I got a guy, I got a girl, I got this person. And the next thing you know, it's like, leading chickens or herding cats or something like that, instead of sorting and finding. So as you go through the process of recruiting, sorting, and finding, I've kind of changed up my tactics a little bit, changed up my game plan, like a football game. The defense is showing you this, so you got to change on the offense and come up with a different play, running a different play. And that's a great analogy for all the football fans. As you get through life and you have some struggles and you're down in the dumps a little bit, or maybe you have a little fear or you're doubting yourself, just shake it off and go run another play. So when I get out there and I recruit now, and I'm doing all my recruiting by video, phone and video, and I make people watch videos before they get to sit down with me. I've got my own little funnel page and I send people through that. It's about 20 minutes of videos that I put together. So when I sit down with someone, we have some common knowledge with which to have, a meaningful business conversation. So here's what I'm telling people, and maybe this can help you in some of your recruiting. So I'm going to pick on you, Trevor, because you're dead center in the middle of my screen, below my camera. You just had lucky you, it's your turn. So we're going to role play. You don't have to come on, Mike, but I want to give you the talk tracks that I use as I'm recruiting. Inevitably, it gets down to, as you start that conversation of people watching the video, 5 words. What did you like best, Trevor? Hey, you had a chance to watch some videos. That's great. What did you like best? Let them tell you. Well, I like the fact I can work from home. I like the fact I can work with my wife. I like the fact that there's a lead program. I like the fact that I can be the boss. I can be the entrepreneur. I can be the CEO of my own agency. And that's a very powerful thing. And inevitably, Trevor, I can help you. I really can. But there's 5 skill sets I need to teach you that you're simply not good at yet. Not good at yet. So let's run through those skill sets. And obviously, I don't talk this fast when I'm talking to a prospect. We're on the clock, so we got a boogie. First is phones. Oh my gosh. The very first thing we learn is how to get on the phone. Make a complete telephone interview. Height, weight, date of birth, medications, medical conditions. And then the second skill set is what I call C&C, casework and carrier selection. You got to get the right carrier, the right casework. Third would be the presentation. Okay, well, let's see what are there. There's mortgage protection, there's final expense, there's maybe a cancer plan, an IUL. Eventually, maybe you get into advanced markets, but you know what's great is we have the FIF at the reset. You could be a brand new agent, stumble into $400,000. Oh, but Jim, I don't know if I want to split my commission. Well, let me ask you something, Trevor. What's 100% commission on a deal you can't close? Tell me, what's that deposit? Big fat zero. You got to get that ego and that pride and that narcissism out of the way. You got to say, well, wait a minute. This person over here is a subject matter expert. I'm going to hand them a name, a number, an email, and a basic layout of what it is. And then I'm going to get 40% commission for that person's expertise. That sounds like a pretty good program to me, right? So after the presentation, and you're going through whether, again, it was mortgage protection, it could be an IUL, a simple IUL, something like that. Then you're going to be looking into how to make sure you get that policy issued and paid. So if you're new, we like to recommend you work with instant decision carriers. That way you're getting that cash flow machine coming in. And inevitably, it comes down to, Trevor, I can teach you these skills, but there's 9 things you need to show me consistently. And if you show me these 9 things, I can help you achieve your goals. So number 1, you got to be hungry. And I mean a drive, a passion, a dream, hungry, yet humble, coachable, teachable, and trainable. Now, I'm aware the last 3 are somewhat synonyms, teachable, trainable, and coachable, but actually they mean slightly different things from the giving and receiving of coaching, doing, and teaching your people as well. Hungry, humble, coachable, teachable, trainable. That's the easy ones, Trevor. You want to hear the hard ones? Here's the 4 hard ones. And there's the 4 hard ones. One second. Beautiful fall weather in Boise, lots of leaves, a little bit of pollen, got a little bit of that runny nose, antihistamine, sneezing thing going on. But the great thing about all of us sitting here today is, did anyone force you to be here today? Or did you choose of your own free will to be here? I get out of bed at 6:30 in the morning, sit here at 7 o'clock. That's a little early for me, but I'm loving it. You see, the greatest gift I believe God gave us is free agency, free will, baby. The ability to choose for yourself what you want to do. In Latin, there's a great phrase, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. It's what makes us humans. It's what makes us sentient. It's what gives us power and free will to change our life or destroy your life. That coin goes both ways, Choose to make good decisions. So, hungry, humble, coachable, teachable, trainable. Here's the hard ones, Trevor. First one. At some point, you must choose of your own free will to surrender to our process, surrender to our system. Notice, Rich, I didn't say submit. Bonnie, I didn't tell you better do what I say. There's no bosses here. Go look in the mirror. You get to be the boss for the first time. So if you surrender to the process, that's a powerful thing. The second one is, and I'm pretty hard on this one, Trevor, you must follow instructions. Must. Because there's 5 skills I need to teach you that you're not good at yet. You're not good at it yet. And here's the best part, Trevor. Who determines how fast you get good? Me or you? That's right. You do, by your daily activity. What's that thing in the 4 cornerstones? MACC. I do recall reading that somewhere. Massive action, constant correction. Okay? So if you surrender to the process, you're willing to follow instructions. Okay, here's the mind blower. Let's just slow down for a second. Everybody close your eyes for a moment. Seriously, close your eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths. And I'm going to ask you a question here in a moment. Go ahead and open your eyes. And I want you to answer it as quickly as possible. You ready, Trevor? And everybody else? How fast did the last 5 years of your life fly by? Right? Now, did you notice everyone on camera went like that? I've yet to have a person that didn't tell me that. Even recruiting a 20-year-old, they go like that because, they were 15 before. So is it unreasonable, Trevor, for me to ask you for a 3 to 5 year commitment up front? Because let me tell you what Symmetry is not. This is not a 3 to 5 day program. It's not 3 to 5 weeks, Jim Larson. It's not 3 to 5 months. This is a 3 to 5 year program to change your life, your family, your children, your grandchildren, your friends, your mama, whatever, if you're willing to do the work. So you're still going to work your tail off. First, one of the hard ones, surrender. Second, you must follow instructions. Third, you're going to work. Oh, I'm sorry, Trevor. How many years did I say you have to work? 3 to 5. Think in your own mind right now. How long have you been working? How many years? Decades? I'm 60 years old. I've been working for a long damn time. But I'm only 9 years into this business, and look at this smile on my face. Life is amazing. So let's come down to the last one, and this is the hardest one. And ladies, I'm going to talk to the fellas first for a minute, okay? Because this is usually harder for men, sometimes hard for the women, but definitely harder for the guys. You know why? Because we have pride, we have ego, we have testosterone, we have narcissism. You can keep that pride and ego and think you're right about everything, and you can stay right broke right where you're at. Or you can choose. Oh my gosh, there's that word again, Jim. Choice. You can choose to receive coaching. I'm sorry, football season. What's this when the referee goes like that? It's a reception. They caught the ball. But see, from your heart, your soul, your mind, you must be, let's review it again. Hungry, humble, coachable, teachable, trainable. I'm surrendering. I'm following instructions. I'm working my tail off, but I have to be willing to receive coaching. And oh yeah, maybe from time to time, Jim, a little correction, a little bit, because maybe your mentor, your coach, their heart is like, hey, Trevor, let me give you some ideas of how you can convert a little better. Slow down on the phone. Low, slow control when you're dialing. Follow back up. If you made a commitment on here, follow through. So same for you, ladies. You got to be willing to receive coaching, receive correction from time to time. And I guess the last part is I got looking at my own posters on my wall here. Entrepreneur is a noun. This is a person who's up working 100 hours a week for themselves because they don't want to work 40 hours a week for anyone else. Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. You don't want to work for anyone else. You want to work for yourself. But to get there, you see the success is the top of the iceberg. It's all this stuff down here. And here's the bad news. You're going to be going through all this stuff all by yourself when it's lonely. You're sitting at your desk. You're going, oh my God, this is the third person today that's used the F word at me, and I'm a nice person. I've never done anything mean to anyone. I'm just dialing my leads. But oh, that's right. Darin said if I just keep dialing my leads, what I'm going to find out is inside that deck of cards, inside all the no's, there's the yeses. You just can't see them because they're facing this way. You have to sort and find them. Same thing with recruiting. So my message to you this morning is your success here at Symmetry Financial is an absolute mathematic certainty if you just remember this one. So Jim, that's what I got for you this morning, brother. Thanks for having me.
Is that all you got, Darin? Was that it?
For 16 minutes, that's what I got.
Man, that was so good. I hope you get a chance to read the comments, man. That was impactful and brought a lot of clarity to people that are new and still kind of playing in that world of luck, right? That world that thinks successful people are lucky, which is a hard world to break out of from time to time. I've told you guys this too. I had an agent, and she was struggling. She's in that learning curve, and she was buying leads and it wasn't going anywhere. And so she decided, she sent me this long, angry text message about how she decided that everyone successful was just lucky. And get this, she added, I even talked to my husband and he agrees with me. I'm like, I don't know if that's mind-blowing for your husband to agree with you. That sounds like a y'all problem. But your husband doesn't have a license, has never bought leads, does not know what we do in this industry at all. So I don't know what his opinion's worth, but I'm really glad the two of you have alignment, and I hope that goes really well in your relationship. Adios. You're a 4.
Yeah. Maybe on a good day, you're one of those, you're a 5, but
yeah, like, if it's luck, how come the same people seem to keep getting lucky every single week, almost like they know they're gonna?
Or if it's luck, Jim, how is it possible that you can transmit your knowledge? A new person can get in who's never had a license, never been insurance, and doesn't know what we do, and bam, just rocket to the top of the leaderboard and become an agency. Luck? Or is it process? Best practices, activity.
Good things to ponder today as we go into our breakout rooms. I'm going to stop recording, open those up now.